I feel I was always destined to be a store owner. As when I was 10 days old, my parents dragged me into the local dairy which they owned. When I was younger, my parents got me facing the shelves and building displays around the shop. I created more dynamic displays than, let's say, just the standard square stack. I got a sense of visual design and colour contrast and space. I had to do a daytime job, you know, 7 in the morning to 7 at night, packing shelves, packing groceries at checkouts. So for a long time, I ignored any creative kind of juices within me. And then suddenly, I had an epiphany of making works of art called sculptural canvas. Sculptural canvas was all about breaking out of the frame. So I started ripping up canvas and tearing it and screwing it up, and then I soaked it into polymers and I hung it up on walls, and it had dimension and it had dynamics. It was like landscape, three-dimensional. Well, I took this exhibition off to Japan. In Japan, they were more into their traditional art. So I had to come back to Wellington, and I started my day-to-day jobs from 7 to 7 in the supermarket, shifting paper and stacking cans of baked beans on the shelves. I was a bit dejected walking up a street, and I saw this burnt-out motorbike. And to me, it just looked fantastic. To other people, it might just look like a piece of junk. But I saw a remnants of what it was and what it had become. So I was taken by it. I was inspired. So I started burning things. I burnt a TV. I burnt a pile of newspapers, I burnt a sofa, I burnt a big pile of women's shoes, and these were parts of the exhibition that I had called Burning Desire. So I suddenly realised flame was my paintbrush. But I had to go back to my 9-to-5 job, pushing paper, stacking cans of baked beans, and I waited for that next spark of inspiration. One morning I was in my kitchen making toast, and while the toast was being cooked, I just took a bit of time out and started flicking through a magazine. I came across this image that just said to me, hey, I could be made out of slices of toast. So I got the toaster, got the toast out instead of eating it, I laid it out on my kitchen floor, and I started to cook more and more slices of toast, laying them out on my kitchen floor in the pattern I saw in the magazine. And I just knew I had something there. I knew I was inspired, and I became the toast man. Oh, God. Well, the toast art really took off, especially after the exposure that I got from Elvis. Thank you very much. And I got commissions to do portraits of Helen Clark, of Jonah Lomu, of Peter Jackson. People might just see it as pieces of bread and slices of toast, but it's my means of expression. And, you know, I've been recognised on the world stage. This is the Guinness World Record for the largest toast mosaic. It's of Mayor Blumsky, which I did in Courtney Place, Wellington. It was a big outside work, a major billboard, and it got wet. Suddenly I had pieces of toast falling off and seagulls coming in eating the face of Mayor Blumsky. You know, the whole of Wellington was looking at this picture. It was crazy. So my work has evolved. The large toast portraits were of a kind of international thing. The designs now take on a more Pacific nature and a Pacific feel. Now, people might find that challenging, that I took slices of toast and turned that into art, but I've moved their perception of what is art. I guess I find beauty in everything, in cans of baked beans and pieces of toast and canvas. Even in this discarded couch. Look, it's beautiful. Look at this discarded bag. You know, wow, I can do something with that. Everything can be transformable. Here, a burnt piece of wood, I can see that to be a kind of statement about the burnt forests of New Zealand you know, by the Europeans. Wow, this is quite neat, eh? Woman's legs, I've got a vagina coming up here. Hell, I can do something with this. That in the ground, put some bloody stuff on it. God, we'll get here yet. Fuck. I like surprising people. I like that ability to transform stuff. You know, maybe it's a way of surviving my day job. For me, it's just who I am.